Hello there. I'm thinking on the heels of the thrilling but ultimately the losing battle that just took place on game three, first game in Philadelphia, National League Championship Series between the Padres, my home team, and the Philadelphia Phillies, that could have gone either way. Different pitch, a different umpire call on the balls and strikes, late game heroics. I mean, there was all kind of things that could have factored in, intangibles. Through it all, thrilling. If you're a fan of the game, it was thrilling. It was an adventure. They are, the outcome has yet to be decided, but the actual play, the fact that the two teams are there, I'm not gunning for a participation medal, mind you, but you can't win the race if you're not even in the race. You understand? Psalm 32 is the meditation that accompanies this video about how scripted adventures are put together for you to partake of, actual assignments, things that advance God's agenda, defending the realm, laying groundwork for a future Christian Camelot on earth as it is in heaven. It's how you play the game. A lot of the game is up here, pitching and defense in the case of this particular sport. But otherwise, it's every single pitch. The game is on the line. You have to make each and every opportunity count. And you have to expand your mind to entertain the thought that you are the right person, right place, right time for just such a time as this, unorthodox, fearfully and wonderfully made. Am I reaching some of you out there with that? Then it will have been time well spent. You can find supporting materials right here. We preach to nerds and geeks. We've done a great set of issues recently, mana infilling, the likes of which you ain't gonna find anywheres else. I'm telling you, I did it originally, starting way back in 2005 to feed myself, dissatisfied with the content that was out there. I knew that God was putting in deliberately marching orders and intel in pop culture, in popular forms of entertainment. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have eyes, let them see. Communicate it, pay it forward, extend yourself, explain to others what all of this could possibly mean. And then we also have hands-on ministry, which is where nobody can point the finger later at us and say, all you were a bunch of hot air and you didn't really do anything. No, we actually did, and the proof is documented and it's there. We are a federally recognized 501c nonprofit organization at this point. Any donations that you make for charitable redistribution is at year's end. We can write you a itemized piece of paper that shows all the donations for purposes of you getting a tax write-off at the end of it all. You are right now, potentially, as am I, in the throes of what I've called across many years here. I have the same degree as your pastor, your priest, the end of the beginning. And there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of things. You will share in the sufferings of Christ. You will drink from the chalice before, in this order. You share in any spoils of warfare, be it germ warfare or otherwise. You've got to have your wits about you. The devil prowls around. Remember, like a lion waiting to devour. And you've got then adventures that have been predetermined. It's like playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. If some of you out there, my nerds and geeks who I preach to, they'll understand what I'm saying. And however, with proper training, train, read that good book, crack it open each and every day. Book of Timothy, one of my faves. I know in whom I have believed. I don't know about you, but I am persuaded that he is able to keep all of this nerd and geek stuff unto him against such a time And the comic book industry is loaded with contemporary style parables that escape a great many, goes right over the head of a great many people. It's just fluff. But then if you start paying attention, as was the case yesterday on the premiere of Black Adam, extraordinary how we came across an article about conservative parents in Dearborn, Michigan, who are very concerned about public school trying to teach sex ed to their Muslim children. That doesn't play. And there's a fascinating study of how Muslim parents are recommended by their religious bodies to explain and at what age what is appropriate, what is not appropriate. And it is contrary to what you might think, like it's the country of the Taliban with extremism and women are oppressed. It's not like that. And the material is very, very good for anyone of any religious background at all to take a look at. And it begs the question, because on the heels of the Black Adam movie, like even DC Comics, Warner Brothers / Discovery, which owns them now, I think they stumbled into it, because the original Black Adam was like Thanos, was like Darkseid, one of the main baddies of the comic book world. Unstoppable, except for the likes of Shazam, perhaps Captain Marvel, and or Superman himself, who makes a cameo. Awesome as it was. And but they've turned him into a kind of an anti-hero where he doesn't march to the beat of whatever the current societal norms are. He's 5,000 years old. He's the old dog that's not about to start learning new tricks. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they say in the narrative of the movie, this guy is not the champion of everybody. He's the champion of his people. And he's going to defend them tooth and nail, whatever it takes by any means necessary, a la Malcolm X, the black Muslims. So it's a curiosity right now. The narrative fits this Dearborn, Michigan concerned parents of Islamic background joining forces for just such a time with conservative Christian bases ahead of midterm elections. It's got the enemy running very, very nervous, very scared. They have a big diaper rash over that, and we need to pray into protections for these idiots. You just know what the next play is off the playbook, that the satanic playbook that they run is going to be, well, we need to send some jihadists to start attacking the Christians, start attacking the Jews, so they're not on the same page. There is but one world's common enemy, the first of the fallen, Lucifer Morningstar, and they are powers and principalities. We are to hate and abhor, condemn, rebuke, and not give in to any of the wiles, wiles, of the Satan and his diabolical demonic operatives. Don't give in an inch. Do not take bribes. Do not accept table scraps in exchange for your immortal soul, which is priceless. And don't take matters into your own hands. Conventional weaponry does nothing to secure unconditional surrender of fallen angelic outcasts. This is going to be where we've got to lay everything, and everything, guys, means everything, at the altar footstool of the Almighty before proceeding forward. And they will give you a spiritual notary stamp of approval saying, yes, we like how you're thinking, let's go for it. But we've got to get the word out to be on the lookout for people that are creating election fraud right now, as we're moving into that less than 3 weeks now, the delicate phase of operations. And we've got to come out on the other side, having done everything possible for king and country. First and foremost, remember, no child soldiers, no child brides. So you want to be part of the group in heaven set apart, the remnant. That is not entry level. There is a general citizenry in heaven. Believe, receive Jesus Christ as the exclusive, only begotten Son of God, the Savior and Messiah of this world. You're in. You've made it to heaven. But there is a different classification available for those who go the extra mile, above and beyond. That group is known as the remnant. They are not only immortals, but they are royals. They're entering into a business partnership, marrying into the heavenly royal family business, married to the job. Christ's bridal party, men and women, the neck with one head, Jesus Christ. The head does not want to move without the neck. Don't be a stiff-necked people. We have the enemy backpedaling right now. They're running very, very nervous, and you're starting to see things lashing out right now. They're already, the hooliganism and the lawlessness in certain areas, just to kind of ahead of the elections, they're trying to pump up their base of people that are troublemakers. Because if we win in a giant landslide, we're going to start changing things for the better. You're going to see Beulah coming out on top. It is going to be not a TKO. It's going to be a full blast kapow a la Batman. You can quote me on that. But it's going to require all y'all. What's the plural of y'all? It's going to require everybody. You got to get out and vote. You can't rest on your laurels. You can't sit on your hands. You can't think, well, other people will vote and it'll be enough. You've got to get out there and earn some stripes on a spiritual military uniform for yourself. You can't piggyback on somebody else's accomplishments in that sense. Tetelestai, the very thing that Jesus talked, the last words of his on the cross, it is accomplished. And you, yes, you, Mrs. Christ, you have a list of things, a honey-do list that was left to you. And it's not a friendly 3K walk. This is, whereas, as outlined by the Apostle Paul, up to, per person, as many as 5 crowns and rewards. There is an incentive program in Scripture available to each person for having completed the tasks, gone the extra mile above and beyond. And you will be very pleased with that. There are things that are waiting for us, rewards that you're not even, haven't even fathomed. They're going to be absolutely awesome. Can't wait. Can you? Anyway, chew on that. Chew on the materials. Pay them forward. Copy, paste, and clip. It's credited when you do that to you, not I, as having performed a soft touch evangelism right from the creature comforts of a lazy boy chair. I've got new furniture coming in tomorrow. I've got an MRI tomorrow. Your continued prayers appreciated on my puffy foot. It's starting to resume the normal pressures of a foot. I'm in the thick of the 2-month danger zone period, so I need warriors to step in intercessory because Batman needs his legs. Holy kiss. It's adventure time. We'll see you tomorrow. Johnny Quest lives.